Hello, I'm Simon Duke, Managing Editor at Expana, bringing you the latest updates on the Middle East conflict and what it could mean for the global food and agriculture sector. On the fourth day of the conflict, here are the latest developments. On the military side, hostilities today intensified, with continued Israeli strikes against Iranian-linked targets and armed groups across the region. In Lebanon, clashes between Israeli forces and Hezbollah have increased in frequency and scale, raising fears of a sustained northern front. Iran, in turn, has launched drone and missile attacks targeting US military facilities and allied infrastructure in Gulf states such as Oman, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. The Strait of Hormuz, via which roughly one-fifth of global oil and significant volumes of liquefied natural gas (LNG) transit, has become a focal point. Iran has threatened to target vessels attempting passage, and several commercial ships, including fuel tankers, have reportedly been struck by drones or projectiles near Gulf waters. As a result, normal traffic through the strait has sharply declined. Asia and Europe stand to be the most impacted if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed and oil and gas infrastructure continues to be hit. The supply of LNG is of particular concern. Qatar yesterday said it had suspended producing LNG after a reported drone attack from Iran on one of its facilities. Europe's benchmark gas price jumped 50% yesterday before closing 39% higher. If the shutdown is prolonged or the LNG infrastructure is damaged, it could lead to a large gas market shock. A fifth of the world's LNG transits through the strait, and Qatar transports 90% of its LNG exports through it. Indian companies earlier today announced that they will already be reducing natural gas supplies to industries in anticipation of a tighter supply. Now, major shippers including Maersk, MSC, Hapag-Lloyd, and CMA CGM have suspended or reduced transits through Hormuz and adjacent Gulf routes. Many container vessels are being rerouted around the Cape of Good Hope, therefore bypassing the usual corridor that links the Gulf and Asia to Europe via the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. While this diversion reduces exposure to immediate threats, it adds significant sailing time, often weeks, along with higher fuel consumption and operating costs. Beyond cargo attacks, the impact extends to port facilities and nearby coastal infrastructure. There have been multiple reports of damage linked to missile debris and maritime attacks at commercial hubs. Now, the situation remains very fluid. It is still very early days to determine what the impacts are for all of the 23 agricultural commodity markets that we cover here at Expana, but we are getting initial market reactions and sentiment from the wide range of operators in multiple categories, from animal protein, grains and feed, to soft commodities or industrial materials like metals. It is a critical time for the global food and agriculture supply chain, and the trade situation is ever changing. So stay tuned to Expana for ongoing coverage and market impactful updates. And if you're not yet subscribed, visit expanamarkets.com to learn how you can gain access to our premium market news, data, and intelligence.